Hey, are we live? Alright, what is up, guys? Wait, why can I hear myself? That's not good. Alright, that's better. What is up, guys? Welcome in to another stream. I haven't been here in a while. It's been a while since I've been here, and it's been too long, actually. It's been way too long since I've been live. I'm sure you guys have seen I also haven't been posting on social media that much, and I'll explain all that. We also haven't had a podcast episode since... Let me see the last time we had a podcast episode. We haven't had a podcast episode in 2 months, guys. Almost the whole summer's gone. We haven't had one in 2 months. I am so sorry about that. I've had a lot of things going on in my personal life and a lot of things going on just in general in life. But we are back and we are on a schedule. We are not going to miss any more days. We're not going to waste any more time. We're going to maximize to give you guys the most content and the best content possible. So today we're doing a few things. So the way I'm going to start doing my videos, I've seen a few other creators do this and I really like the concept and the idea is basically we are going to be just streaming. So whenever I make content, like if I make a reaction video, a YouTube video, it's going to all be during these streams. So if you join the stream, then you are getting exclusive access to everything. And then we're going to record each individual video for YouTube, all these things, etc. And yeah, that's basically how we're going to do it. I'm trying to see if I can monitor the YouTube stream because we are, as always, guys, we are streaming on Rumble, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Wait, why is X showing up? Yep. So X is still loading, but we are currently live on Facebook, Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, and we're going to be doing the TikTok stream a little bit later. But as you can see by the title, our breaking story for today, or the breaking thing that we are reacting to, is Channel 5 just dropped the trailer for the Nick Fuentes and Hunter Biden interview. I didn't even know they were doing this until a few days ago, and they basically were like, "Hey, we're doing this. We've been keeping this secret, and here's the trailer." So. For one, if you guys know me, I'm a really big fan of Nick Fuentes, so I'm really looking forward to this. But basically, we're going to be watching the trailer and reacting to it. That's going to be a video for YouTube, and then I'll have short clips on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, just like all the other stuff. But if you guys are watching this live, then you guys are getting to see the official first reaction to it before it gets put up on YouTube. Obviously, it's going to be in the stream. People aren't going to really be able to find everything that they need to find in the stream. So for those of you who are watching, before we get started, thank you for tuning in, whether you're tuning in on Facebook, Rumble, Twitch, YouTube. I really appreciate that, as always. And if you guys could, wherever you are, smash that like button, smash that follow button, or subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite part of the live is. If there's things that you want me to react to in this live, we're going to be streaming until 1 p.m. So we got a lot of content to make, a lot of stuff to get through. But yeah, basically that's how things are going to go. Let's go ahead and see if I can monitor the YouTube live. All right, so we got the YouTube live up. Oh no, that is not good at all. Let's turn that off. All right, much better. So now I'm able... Oh, shoot, we got to move that back. All right, so now I'm able to monitor the YouTube live. So if you guys are watching, it looks like we have one viewer right now on YouTube. So again, if you're on YouTube, just like all the other platforms, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, leave a comment. I'll be responding to things as I see them in the live in the live chat. But without further ado, let's get started with the main reason why we're here today. So the first thing, we got a few things that we're going to work through, but the first thing that we're going to be reacting to is the trailer for the Nick Fuentes and Hunter Biden interview. So first of all, see if we can get the stream stats up here. Give me one moment as I edit this. So as you can see in that upper left-hand corner, we've got the stream stats for, we've got 3 people watching on Rumble and 1 person watching on YouTube, so it's not very high, but again, we haven't streamed in 2 months. Also, I got my Ghost Welch's Grape, one of the best flavors. Go and grab yourself one. They're not sponsoring this video or anything, but if you're out there, Ghost, I'd love to get a sponsorship from you guys. Make some of the best energy drinks out there on the market. And yeah, so let's get the live chat up as well. Got the live chat up, got the stream stats up. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the recording for the YouTube video. So bear with me as I do my YouTube intro and everything, and this will basically be the video that we post on here. What's up, guys? It's Josh, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while. I haven't been here in a while. I've been posting somewhat, but not as often. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, but we are back, and I'm glad that you guys are back with us. So today, as you've probably seen from the title of the video, we are going to be reacting to and commenting on the trailer that just dropped for the Channel 5 sit-down/interview between Nick Fuentes and Hunter Biden. I don't know about you guys, but I have been looking forward to this just for the last 2 days. I didn't even know it was happening until 2 days ago. And I was like, wait, what is this trailer? Like, how long have they been playing this? How long has this been in the works? So yeah, today we are reacting to it. So let's go ahead and get that clip pulled up, and let's jump right in. So clips up. Again, before we get started, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, comment what your favorite part of the video was, and comment if there are things you would like me to react to further, and comment how you think this is going to go and whether it's going to be well received by the public. But without further ado, let's get into it. Bear with me one moment as I get these things set up. Alright guys, so I just paused the recording because I have to get the vertical set up because I'm trying to make it easier to make short clips, so we're going to actually have a vertical recording as well. So bear with me one moment. Okay. So bear with me one moment. Okay, guys, we have the thing set up. Sorry about that. Now we're going to go ahead, and as soon as we unpause this, we're going to start the vertical recording and get started with it. And without further ado, let's get into the trailer for the Hunter Biden and Nick Fuentes sit-down.
And you want to ask me, why are you a Nazi?
Inclusion has been our greatest strength. Diversity has been our greatest strength.
lies, all lies. Diversity and immigration has been, I will admit, it has been a core part of America. But one thing that people always get wrong that I would just like to point out here is you'll hear a lot of people say we are a country founded by immigrants. That is a lie. We are a country founded by pioneers and settlers. The difference between that is very simple. Immigrants are people who come from an established land to another established land. Pioneers and settlers are people who leave their land to come to a land that is barren, that has not been habited, and they start and build a nation from the ground up, which is what the Pilgrims did with America. We have since been enriched by immigration, so immigrants and settlers and people that have come in have helped enrich our country, but it is not what we were founded upon. It is certainly not the core strength or core value of America. I'm not sure what the hell Hunter Biden is talking about, but let's keep on watching.
Right. Diversity has been our greatest strength.
White people do feel like we are being boxed out.
A 26-year-old white kid doesn't feel like he has access because he's been canceled, and the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black people.
Well, you just did, Nick. You just
said the problem is crime, and we know.
That's what people always try and do to Nick, is people always try and put this on him like, oh, you're blaming black people for all of your problems. You're just a white kid who's upset that he got canceled for saying the N-word or canceled for saying this is not, you shouldn't blame black people, which that's not the case at all. And really what Hunter Biden should be addressing is the fact that people that make up 13% of the population are committing 60% of crime in the country. Why aren't we addressing that? I want to see how Nick responds to this.
A 26-year-old white kid doesn't feel like he has access because he's been canceled, and the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black people.
Well, you just did, Nick. You just said
the problem is crime, and we know who's doing the crime in Chicago.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, we do. 100%. We know who's doing the majority of the crime in Chicago. Same people that do the majority of the crime in the rest of the country. And look, you can call me a racist. You can call me whatever you want me to. Pattern recognition is not racist. Being able to recognize that it's a severe problem that 13% of the United States population commits 60% of the crime is not racist at all. It is not racist to say black people commit the majority of crime in Chicago. It is not racist to say that Baltimore is not a safe city. I saw this clip recently of Brandon Gill. I think he was talking to the mayor or the governor of either the mayor of Baltimore or somebody. He was talking to somebody, and he asked him, "Is Baltimore a safe city?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So a city where the homicide rate, I think he said it was like 30 per every 100,000. So a city where the homicide rate, which is 5 times the national average, by the way, how is that a safe city? So this is not racist. This is just pattern recognition, which sadly Hunter Biden and most of the rest of the Democrats don't seem to be able to understand.
Feel like he has access because he's been canceled, and the problem is black people.
I didn't say the problem's black people.
Well, you just did, Nick. You just said
the problem is crime, and we know who's doing the crime in Chicago.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
About the Holocaust thing?
About that.
We get to say whatever we want on the internet. We get to deny the Holocaust.
As far as Jews are concerned in general, I think that everybody in the country should be treated with dignity and respect and have their civil.
That's it. That's the core thing. People that want to call Nick anti-Semitic, want to slam him for being racist, homophobic, Islamophobic, whatever you want to call him. That right there, he has said it many times, that everybody should be treated with dignity and respect. Everybody deserves civil rights. And he said this on his show multiple times. Anybody who has any genuine racial hatred, who actually thinks that one race is superior to the other and actually has discrimination and hatred for somebody of another race, those people are monsters, and they cannot coincide with modern society. But that is not the case with Nick. He simply is able, like most of the other country, is able to recognize patterns and recognize problems. And two of the biggest problems in our country right now is the fact that 13% of the population, meaning black people, commit 60% of the crime in this country, and the fact that our country is essentially a Jewish oligarchy. Why do I say this? You're going to say, oh, Josh, you're crazy, you're anti-Semitic. Look around. People recently, and we're going to get to that in this live too. It might actually be part of the next podcast episode. I don't know which, but we are now merging our army with Israel. This is like breaking news either yesterday or today. James Fishback and several other people addressed it. We are getting ready to do a merger with Israel to essentially combine our military, which that should be an act of treason. I don't know why anybody is condoning that, but it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Everybody in the country should be treated with dignity and respect and have their civil rights.
Like, what do you think about somebody like Mamdani?
Personally, I don't like him. Like, for example, on 4th of July, when he takes the opportunity to sit there with, let's be honest, not a single white person.
What about
Facts. Mamdani is a socialist scumbag who does not deserve to be mayor, let alone pretty much even be in this country. Again, I'm gonna preface before I say this. I am not saying that we should deport Mamdani, but I am saying that if we did deport Mamdani, the country would be better off. Same thing with Ilhan Omar. I'm going to steal something Brandon Gill said. They slammed Brandon Gill's one of my favorite senators, by the way. Shout out Brandon Gill. If you ever get a chance to watch this or you want to collaborate or come on the podcast, I would love to have a sit down with you and talk to you, because you and John Kennedy are probably and Thomas Massey, as long as he's before he leaves, are like my three favorite senators. But he was accused of, they're like, you said that we should deport Ilhan Omar, and he's like, no, what I said was, if we did deport her, the country would be better off, which is true. Oh, now they're going to get into Trump. I knew they were going to talk about Trump. Let's see what they have to say about Trump. But yeah, the fact that he pretty much sat down with every single nationality besides white people to celebrate a country founded by white people is ridiculous.
Let's be honest, not a single white person.
What about fucking Donald Trump? There's no ideological core to Donald Trump.
No, I agree with you.
Don Jr. got the largest loan ever.
Let's see what this says. Vulcan Elements. Pentagon gives $620 million loan to rare earth startup backed by Donald Trump Jr. At least 4 companies backed by Trump's investment firm have won contracts from the Trump administration this year. See, that right there, that's literally privilege. That's literally the epitome of, and this is why people don't like Trump. Again, let me preface this before all the MAGA people in my audience get mad at me. Am I MAGA? Well, that depends. Am I Trump's current version of MAGA? No. But do I agree with the sentiment and make America great again? Yes. I'm 2016 MAGA, guys. I'm Trump. And when people ask me what I think of Donald Trump, I'm like, look, you have to separate it. Now what we have to do is we have to separate it from 2 terms. You have Donald Trump from 2016 all the way up through 2024, and then you have Donald Trump from like 100 days into his term until now. Donald Trump 100 days into his term until now, absolutely terrible. There is a reason that he has the lowest approval rating of any president in American history. It's because he betrayed all of his values. He betrayed his voters. He didn't do what he said he was going to do. We haven't had mass deportations. He's saying no new wars. He started a war of choice with Iran. I'm not going to get into all that. But at least they can agree on something. I was hoping they were going to bring Trump up, because if they don't agree on anything else during this interview, at least they'll be able to agree on Donald Trump. Let's keep on getting into this. It's like a minute, 25 seconds. We've been talking about this for 8 minutes. But it's really important to get into. And I cannot wait until the full interview comes out and we can actually react to it in its entirety.
Donald Trump?
No, I agree with you.
Don Jr. got the largest loan ever given by the Department of Defense.
Vance owes his entire political career to Peter Thiel. Whichever firm is the one to develop ASI, that could confer dictatorial-like powers upon the CEO of that company.
Everything that we think about the way in which we exist in the world completely changes.
Increasingly with Uber, Airbnb, the banking apps, you can't live your life without the tech platforms.
Everything that AI is built on is ours. That's what they're stealing from us. I want to find common ground of how much of a shithead Donald Trump is.
I love that because he's too scared. Hunter Biden's too much of a to debate Nick on actual topics. He's just trying to find common ground. He's like, Donald Trump. It's like, that's fine. We can agree on that, but we also need to have the hard conversation. I want to know who this guy is. Is this the guy from Channel 5 just like moderating the discussion? I guess we'll find out when it comes out. It's almost over, but let's see. Let's watch the end.
Find common ground of how much of a shithead Donald Trump is. We can get there. We can get there. Okay.
Is it over? All right, guys. Well, that was.
You just sit there.
All right, guys. Well, that was the trailer for the Nick Fuentes Hunter Biden sit down. I'm not sure when that's getting released. That was just dropped. Let me see when that was dropped. That was dropped on July 21st. That was dropped 2 days ago. So let me look it up real quick. I don't know if they have confirmed a date. Let me look that up real quick. That entire time I just spent typing was worthless because it wasn't even on the thing. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, this says... This is a Google AI overview. This says the full interview between Hunter Biden and Nick Fuentes is scheduled to air on July 23rd, 2026. That's today. On Andrew Callahan's Channel 5. Hold up. Is it out? Hold on. Let me see if it's out. If it's out, it's going to be breaking news on this live, and we're going to have to like start a podcast episode to freaking react to this. Why won't it let me copy it? Crap. Hold on, guys. All right, it doesn't look like it is dropped yet. It also doesn't look like he has it scheduled to premiere. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But if that gets released today, I'm not gonna be on here after 1 o'clock for pretty much the rest of the day. But if that comes out, we're gonna have to like react to that like first thing. That's gonna be the next thing. That's gonna be the next podcast episode, probably. But yeah. So that was it. My thoughts on it, pretty much. As of right now, I'm hopeful. That trailer looked really good. I think they're going to have discussions on some pretty good topics. I'm curious to see how the whole Nazi Holocaust discussion is going to go. But yeah, overall, I think it's really good. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the trailer and if you're excited to see the full interview. And if there's other things that you'd like me to react to in the future, what those are as well. Again, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, click that notification bell. And if you want to follow my other socials as well, my link tree will be in the bio of this video. You can also, if you want to donate and support the channel, other than doing other stuff, you can also donate to me on Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, which are also linked in that link tree, which is in the bio. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and until next time, this is Josh. Peace. All right, guys, so that was the first video. That was the Nick Fuentes and Hunter Biden reaction. Now, I think there was something else I wanted to react to. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, guys. So the next thing that we are going to make a video reacting to is the Clayface trailer. So Marvel just... No, sorry, not Marvel. What am I talking about? DC and Warner Bros. just released the official trailer for Clayface on 1 day ago. So yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So they released it on yesterday, and we're going to make another video for YouTube reacting to that. So give me 1 second. Let me get that set up, and then we'll jump in to that. I think we're set. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the recording. Again, sorry about. We're gonna do the whole intro again, and then we're going to do the reaction to this. What's up, guys? It's Josh, and welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to be reacting to the DC Studios Clayface trailer. DC and Warner Bros. Just released the trailer yesterday. We're recording this on July 23rd. They released it on July 22nd. I'm not sure when it's going to be coming to you guys, but we are viewing it just a day after they released it. I have not watched this yet at all. I clicked on it once to save it in my watch history, so I would have it to react to with you guys today. But this is going to be my first reaction with you guys today. I personally don't know a lot about Clayface. I'm a big fan of the DC Comics and Marvel Comics. I've just never really gotten into his origin story, so I'm not really sure what to expect from this trailer. So you guys can let me know in the comments if there's anything I'm missing and anything I should be more pumped about, and let me know what your thoughts were of the trailer and if there's anything that you would like me to react to in the future. Also, if you can, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, turn that post notifications on so you never miss a video when I upload. And let's go ahead and jump into the trailer. Let's get it. Alright, guys, I paused the recording again, so now we're going to go ahead and get it on the screen. Make sure the vertical is ready, and then we'll get started. Alright, guys, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys, so what does he actually do? Enlighten me, because again, I am so either in the live chat if you're watching live, because we're live right now, or if you guys are watching this after the fact, let me know in the comments what is he famous for. Like, I don't even know the background of this character. I'm like totally in the blind here. When they first said Clayface and I saw his face, I was thinking of Two-Face, so that's not what this is. And is this in the same universe as Robert Pattinson's The Batman, or not? Like, is he gonna be like one of the villains in one of the future movies with the Joker, or what's the plan for this? Let me know in the comments like who he is, what his role is, and how this happened. I'm sure I'll find out, but I'm not sure what he's famous for, like, at all. What did they do to him? Is this like a Deadpool thing? Is this like a Deadpool thing, like an improvement gone wrong? Do they like lead him in there telling him one thing and it was actually the other? Like, tell me, is this similar to Deadpool or what is this? Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so did they hurt him and cut him up, and then he volunteered to have his face reconstructed, or like what's it supposed to do? Is this? It seems similar to like a Deadpool thing. I'm not sure what to expect from it. Oh, dang! Did it fix him? Or is it more like he has the ability now? Also, is he a hero or a villain? I'm pretty sure I remember him being a villain. But so is he like better now, but he can like control it, so he can like make it whenever he wants to, or what is it? Probably not good ones. Oh. What is happening to him? No way. Oh my God. Man, I'd be pissed off too. If I looked like that. Looks Max saying backwards. Like, jeez. I see why this is coming out in October. It's going to be like some horror movie. Oh. Yeah, but let me know. Is this in the same universe as Robert Pattinson? And who's directing this, by the way? I'm sure they'll tell us. He's Clayface. Dang. Okay, so that looks great. I'm actually really excited for this now. All right, guys. So that was the official Clayface trailer from DC and Warner Bros. I personally thought it was great. Again, I didn't know much about the character. I still don't, but I'm sure I'll learn. And I'm going to be looking up like what stuff to watch in accordance with that. But I will definitely be in theaters October 23rd, or probably be in theaters October 22nd because that's probably a Friday. But yeah, I really thought it was good. Whoever directed it, whoever's doing it, looks like really well made. It looks like the casting was good. Like based on other DC movies I've seen, you can usually tell somewhat from the trailer how good the movie is going to be. And this one looks really good. So I'm actually excited for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you guys are excited for it, or what you thought of the trailer, or if there's anything I missed that I should have known. You guys can let me know about. And again, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, turn that post notifications on so you never miss an upload. I just hit my mic. And yeah, I'm excited for this. I hope I'll see some of you in the theater. Also, let me know in the comments other stuff that you would like me to react to in the future. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. All right, guys, we just finished that one. So we've got about 45 more minutes of streaming left until we are done. For the day, or at least for right now. So let me check on YouTube to see if there's anything else I wanted to react to or commentate on with you guys. Bruh, I'm legit going to show you guys what just came up on my screen. It's the frickin' Other Mommy official trailer. I'm not watching that. Anybody who wants to watch that is like a sicko. That I saw, and I usually like James Wan. It says, bro, they're putting executive producer of Obsession and... Look, I usually like James Wan. I usually like Blumhouse. Obsession was great. Didn't watch the Backrooms, but the trailer for this is just horrifying. I would not recommend watching the trailer, and I would not recommend watching any of this. That was just messed up. This is coming from somebody who likes horror. I will not be watching that. No, but let me see if there's anything else I wanted to react to with you guys. Let me know in the trailer if you guys want me to react to the Avengers Doomsday trailer. I already seen the trailer multiple times because obviously I watched it when it first came out. I didn't really think to make a video of it, but if you guys are fine with it not being my first time, I can definitely make a reaction to that as well and give my commentary on that. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to discuss with you guys the future of me, my social media, my brand, and the podcast. So for those of you that know, I have a podcast called Truth Uncensored. We haven't done an episode of that in like 2 months. I keep hitting this mic. But no, we need to get on a better regular schedule of that. So basically what I'm going to do is for the rest of the summer. So as you guys know, you guys might not know, I'm working over the summer. If you guys are from the Cincinnati Liberty Township area, I'm at the Mason Montgomery Kroger. So come visit me. You might see me there. I'll be down in the Fuel Center. But basically, I can't have a set schedule because I usually do either opens or closes. So depending on the day, I'm not always able to do it. But until I go back to to school and I have a more like concrete schedule, we'll be able to do more regular streaming and filming. I'm going to start giving you guys a schedule each week, basically of when the podcast episodes are going to be and how we're going to do them. So let me go ahead and look at my schedule because I want to get some of this ground out now, so that way you guys can see it. And we're also going to start a recording so people can know when I'm going to be doing that stuff. So let me look at my calendar. Look at my phone. Look at my calendar. All right. In my calendar. So today, we're not going to be able to do one tomorrow. Saturday is going to be our next podcast episode, guys. I'm pretty sure Saturday is when we're releasing them to begin with at like 7 p.m. So I'll probably stick with that. So yeah, we'll say this Saturday at 7 p.m. is going to be the next podcast episode. I'm not sure what it's going to be about. Depends on what like the breaking news is, what comes about. But that Saturday, July 25th, I'll be posting about it. Mark your calendars. That'll be the next podcast episode. And then starting next week is the big week for me, so I might not be able to do more than one episode next week, but let's go ahead and check. I forgot. Let me go ahead and start this video. What's up, guys? It's Josh, and today I'm going to be going over my schedule and the future of the Truth Uncensored podcast. So, as most of you probably know, I have a podcast called Truth Uncensored. We haven't done an episode in like 2 months, sadly, because I've had a lot going on this summer. I'm in the process of moving, getting summer classes done for college, trying to make other content for social media, etc. So, I haven't really been able to make episodes, but I'm trying to get on a more concrete schedule starting now and be more disciplined on being able to get across to you guys when we're doing this. So obviously, if you look on the screen, we're live right now. I've been doing a live stream, making some videos. So basically, like I said, this week, I'm not sure when you guys are going to see this, so it might already be out depending on when I get this posted. But mark your calendars. Saturday, July 25th is going to be our next podcast episode. It's going to be airing around 7 p.m. It's going to be a live episode, and then we'll release other things from that after the fact. And then, as I was saying, next week, we're going to do an episode on... We'll be doing an episode on Tuesday, but it's going to be a morning to midday episode if we do one. So be on the lookout. Tuesday, July 28th. If we do an episode, it'll be an early to midday episode. And then... Same thing with Friday, July 30th. Well, Friday, July 31st, we won't have one at all. And then Thursday the 30th, same thing, early to midday episode. And then Saturday, we won't have one. So yeah, the days, we will definitely have a podcast episode Saturday, July 25th, and then be on the lookout for possible episodes on Tuesday the 28th and Thursday the 30th. It's a really short video today, but I just wanted to be able to let you guys know that, get that on the books, and be on the lookout for new episodes of the Truth Uncensored podcast. Until then, I will see you in the next episode. Peace out. All right, guys, we finished that recording. So what I'm going to do now, for the rest of our time, it's 12:20. Bro, I don't want to talk to you right now, Siri. For the rest of our time, it's 12:23. I said we're going to be streaming till 1, or around 1. So for the rest of our time, for those of you who are watching right now, it looks like we still have 3 viewers on Rumble, and we have 1 viewer on YouTube. There's been nothing put in the live chat, though. So if anybody would like to put in the live chat, I'm going to give like 30 seconds for requests of videos, either YouTube or otherwise to react to, or things to comment on. And if you guys don't, then I've been wanting to make a video where I basically just show you guys what like a day, like my live reactions to to Instagram because we all scroll on Instagram, right? We all scroll in Instagram. We all scroll TikTok, and we're and like we'll look at things and we'll think, oh, this is great. I wish I could show somebody this. Or so I thought, why not bring? Because I've never seen that on YouTube before or on a live stream. So I thought, why not bring this to life and do that as a video? But I want to put you guys first. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna mute my mic. And I'm just gonna give you guys 30 seconds, either on YouTube or Rumble, to put anything in the live chat, any requests to react to before we do that. Your time starts now. All right, guys, that was a little bit longer than 30 seconds. I don't see any requests in either of the chats, so we're actually going to go ahead and do one of two things. So I'm going to give you guys the option. Another thing I want to start doing is making videos of me debating political commentators. The four that I've been following have mainly been Dean Withers, Parker Get a Job, Santana, and Harry Sissom. Only one of those that's live right now is Santana. So I'm going to give you guys the option. Either I can debate Santana on the live for, if he accepts me, for 30 minutes, or you guys. Okay, or we can do Instagram. I think I'm leaning more toward trying to get a debate in, just because I want to be able to I forgot what I was going to say. Because I can't always debate them because they have to be live for me to debate them. So I think I'm going to go there. But I also want to have that on TikTok. So let me go ahead and try and pull up the TikTok stream. Give me one second, guys. Okay, guys, I think we're getting ready to start the TikTok stream. So let me go ahead and try and pull up. I have bought TikTok accounts, which basically those are, because if I go live on my own TikTok, I can't join his live from my TikTok. So I'm going to try and go to one of my bot accounts and try and debate him. So... Oh, no, never mind. Parker is live. So we can actually debate Parker. Yeah, I actually want to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and do that now. So give me 1 second. Let me get the TikTok live set up.
All right, guys. Sorry, I just realized my mic was muted. We are going to actually attempt to debate Parker because Parker just went live. So we are actually going to try and do that now. Let me go ahead and try and do that. Set it on vertical 2. So we can have that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to use one of my bot accounts to try and debate Parker, or one of my like alt accounts. We're going to go live on TikTok, so I'm going to go ahead and do the intro real quick. What is up, TikTok? We are live. It is Josh. Welcome back to another live stream. I'm going to go ahead and just get into it real quick because as you can see, we are already live on YouTube, Rumble, and the rest of the platforms. We've been live for a while. I'm starting this one now because I'm going to be attempting to debate Parker get a job on TikTok. So he recently went live. He's live right now, and I'm going to be attempting to join the live and debate him. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we have all of our ducks in a row. And then we are going to debate him. So if he accepts us, because I can only go live till 1 o'clock. So I've got a half hour. So all right, all of our live platforms are up. I think we are all set. Let me go ahead and make sure I have that up as well. Side. All right, I think we are all set. We got all the streams up. TikTok is up. Everything's up. So let's go ahead and request. And we're going to comment on him debating other people. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume up so we can hear him debate other people. And then we'll see if we can, hopefully we can get a debate before 1 p.m. If not, we'll try it a different day. But let's go ahead, start this recording. And we won't start recording until we get requested. But let's go ahead and do that now. Let's go.
Only decent guest requests again. Here Trump's supporter about the age of 18. We have just debates. Yo, it's Holiday.
Hey, I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
I would like to say I support some of this stuff, but I'm really coming on here to talk about Kamala.
And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I think I honestly wouldn't vote. The way Trump's been moving right now is...
Just so you guys know, we have already sent a guest request in. So again, I'm using one of my alt accounts because I'm currently live on TikTok, so I want to get this documented across every single stream. But yeah, so hopefully he accepts our request before 1. He just denied that guest. So if he accepts it up, then we'll be able to have the debate. If not, then we will. Then we will try a different. Again, I'm going to turn this up. We're going to try and see if we can get through these trolls and get selected, and then I'll comment on his debates if he actually has any decent ones with other people. So without further ado, let's see what Parker has to say.
Or
rather, installing the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade.
has that led to lesser or more abortions?
More for the short term, but I think that it's a step in the right direction.
Okay, so you think it's a step in the right direction, which would mean less abortions, right?
Eventually,
so not yet?
There's a backlash.
By the way, I just want to comment on this just so Parker can just because I want to comment and break down his arguments that he's making with other people. So he just said that he said the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and Parker said has that led to more or less abortions? That is honestly right now irrelevant because that's like saying, oh, we're going to ban marijuana. Has that led to more or less marijuana use? Cocaine, heroin, drugs that have been banned for the history of all time. They've never been legal, and things skyrocket. So because it's like the gun laws, when people advocate for not having guns, one of the first arguments that I make to those people is I say, well, if you want to ban guns, criminals don't follow law. So even if you were to ban guns, just like drugs are banned and criminals still get drugs, if you ban guns, criminals are still going to get drugs. So there are always going to be illegal abortions done. The whole point is you need to be advocating and trying to do things the right way. The right way. So overturning Roe v. Wade is absolutely a step in the right direction. He was exactly right because evil is evil. The murdering of innocent babies is evil. So we need to ban evil. And if people still do evil after it's banned, those people will be punished and have their justice done accordingly. But saying that the overturning of Roe v. Wade was actually in favor of abortion is just honestly a retarded argument. I hope TikTok doesn't kick me off for saying that.
No way you're equivocating this. False equivocation.
Wait. I'm not equivocating this. That's your position. You think abortion is murder, correct?
It is, yeah.
So if abortion is legal in most states, you think murder is legal in most states?
Absolutely.
You can't wrap me around. Maybe you can wrap around.
That's 100% true.
Do you think murder is legal in most states?
Absolutely. If abortion is legal, murder is legal. I'll answer for him.
Is murder. So unless you consider abortion illegal in most states. What's up?
I get what you're saying, but come on now. I'm just saying that's
why won't he answer questions? 100% true. Murder, if abortion is legal in most states, murder is legal in most states.
That's your definition.
That's a straw man.
That's not a straw man. That is literally your definition.
Let's actually fact check him. So I'm going to sit right here so the audio will still hopefully play through. But I'm going to go ahead and look it up.
Maybe you should run the argument that straw man to say that abortion is murder.
That's because society perspective views it as not murder because of people like you that are indoctrinating the youth into believing immoral things.
Wait, what immoral things am I indoctrinating the world to believe?
So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this.
There's no reason to...
How do you define parasite? How do you define parasite?
I think, no benefit for the host, but there are benefits to the mother.
Wait, I'm sorry. You have to define it as like it has to be from another species in order to say that it's not parasitic, because it inevitably has parasitic properties, right? Technically, to a certain extent, but it's also just not. Since it's of the same species, it's not considered a parasite.
So I'm going to mute this real quick, guys. A straw man is a logical fallacy where someone distorts, exaggerates, or misrepresents an opponent's argument. So I honestly don't think Parker did that, so he is correct. It's not a straw man. Because he didn't over-exaggerate. He said if you think abortion is murder, and if abortion is legal in most states, therefore murder would be legal in most states. That's absolutely true. I don't know why you wouldn't just answer yes. Parker thinks he's trapping, but he's not trapping because he's answering a true question. All right, let's see what else they have to say.
Doesn't want to be pregnant, that would be against their will.
It's also providing resources, and this is widely documented.
Yeah, and did the pregnant person who doesn't want to be pregnant ask for that? No. So regardless what they're providing, that was never consented to. So what's the point? I don't know what the argument is.
I think they're talking about raping it, and it says now.
Did that life ask to be conceived?
Clearly the person who's pregnant is not consenting, right?
Are you your parents, Parker? Are you literally your parents? I don't think so.
No.
Well, then, so you're a separate autonomous being and you're not an extension of your parents?
Yeah, I have a subjective experience, sir.
And therefore you have your...
I have a unique subjective experience, okay? You're talking about embryos and zygotes, which are not different people, okay?
All right, let's fact check that, because that's a lie. He just said embryos and zygotes are not human beings. Now, in one way, he would be true, because obviously an embryo has to be fertilized. That was one argument a girl tried to use against Charlie Kirk on a college campus, is she tried to argue, have you ever eaten an egg? You eat a whole chicken? And he's like, no, an egg has to be fertilized. Embryo, zygote, so, but let's now fact check that. So, first of all, let's just look up, let's do this brick by brick. What is an embryo? I know these things. I just want to read you guys the exact definition so we can be absolutely accurate in what we're doing. Let me go put this back on the screen. An embryo is the early developmental stage of a multicellular organism. In humans, this crucial phase lasts from conception until the end of the 8th week. So now let's do show more. Let's ask it. From the moment of conception, is that embryo a human life? From a biological standpoint, fertilization or conception creates a genetically distinct living human organism. We really need look up zygote. That disproves Parker right there. A fertilized embryo, so from the point of conception, a genetically distinct living human life is there. Therefore, it has just as much moral worth and value as I do, as Parker does, as somebody in their 80s does. See what else he has to say.
You have to say that yes, you think it's justified.
I don't know. So I mean, so we have to catch up on the conversation. I'm gonna try to drink, so we're showing you the audio for 1 second.
Freezing embryos.
Yeah, embryos. This is what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's a baby. Sure, I don't think it's a baby. You do, though. So you think it's okay to put babies in freezers?
There's a distinction made, but the ultimate end goal is for there to be more people alive and living their lives.
Well, I agree. IVF is a good thing. The point that I want to get you to realize that from your perspective, right, you do think that people through the context of the IVF process are actually serial murderers who have discarded.
All right, let's try and fact check that, because I have a very mixed opinion on IVF, because without IVF, my little brother would not be here, but I also have a mixed opinion on my own of it. But let's just refresh again. I know I can explain what these things are in general terms, but I want to be using exact terms on here. So let's look up what IVF is. Put that back on the screen. IVF, or in vitro fertilization, is a medical procedure where an egg is fertilized by sperm outside of the body in a laboratory. It is a major form of assisted reproductive technology used to treat infertility and genetic issues. The multi-week IVF medical process allows a structured sequence of steps. Step 1 being ovarian stimulation. The patient takes fertility medications to stimulate the ovaries to produce multiple mature eggs instead of a single monthly egg. Number 2, egg retrieval. A doctor performs a minor surgical procedure using ultrasound guidance to extract the mature eggs from the ovaries. 3, fertilization. The retrieved eggs are combined with sperm in a laboratory dish. In some cases, single sperm is injected directly into an egg through a process called, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but we'll just say sperm injection. 4 is embryo culture. The fertilized eggs, now embryos, are monitored in the lab for 3 to 5 days as they undergo cell division. And then 5, embryo transfers, where more healthy embryos are carefully placed into the uterus using anything like that. So I'm not sure how he's saying that they are serial murderers, because it is not a distinct human life until the embryo was fertilized by the sperm. So all they're doing is they're basically taking sperm donors, which I don't think sperm donation is bad, because people will say, oh, that's why you have to be very careful what words you use, because if you use any word like potential life, people like Parker and Dean are going to immediately say, oh, so you think jerking off, they're murdering, because they're murdering billions of potential life forms. No, it is not morally valuable. It does not have the same moral worth as a human being until it is a human life. It is not a distinct human life until conception, which is the fertilization of the sperm going into the embryo. Which all they're doing is they're taking an embryo that's not fertilized out of a woman. It's not a human life. They're taking sperm, which is not a human life. They are fertilizing the egg. They're putting it back in the woman. So it's basically guaranteeing that they'll have a child, but it's not murder. So I don't know where he's getting that. But let's see what else they're going to try and say now. We're going to have to catch back up. It's all good.
Okay with slapping embryos. It's okay.
Yeah, unfertilized embryos, sure.
Oh no, it's gone, but it would have never existed to begin with. So we have to take things one thing at a time. Or you know what I mean? Come on.
Okay, so can we address the point that you agree that again, it's not valuable at that point. It's not a person at that point. Therefore, why is it
at what point?
It's an embryo.
Because it's not fertilized.
It is valuable, like life in general, just, again, having...
See, that's why you can't say that. So this is why like Parker actually is able to make these arguments on these people, because these people don't understand how you have to do these debates. He just said life is valuable. Technically, sperm is life, plants are life, animals are life. You have to always make sure you use the words human life, because human life, we are all made in the image of God. Parker isn't a Christian, so you can't use argument with him. But basically, human life is superior to all other life. Human life is superior to animals' lives. Human life is superior to plants. Human life is superior to cellular organisms. Human life is superior to sperm. Until conception, when the sperm fertilizes the egg, a distinct human life is formed. It does not have superior value. So as soon as you say all life, then they're going to be like, oh, so you don't think hunting is wrong? Let's make it very clear, and I'll make this clear if I ever get a chance to debate it. Human life has more moral worth and more value over other life, which is why we don't hunt humans. We're not cannibals. We can hunt animals, it's just fine. We can eat animals, it's just fine. Jerking off, whatever your opinion on the is. I don't personally think that's wrong. But whether or not you think that's wrong, sperm is not a human life. So let's see what else. Parker's probably going to tear him up now because of that, but we'll see.
Years that this country has changed.
Certain things have changed.
Do you know what this country was like 150 years ago, sir?
I do. It was Christian. And it was
True. You got him there.
150 years ago, women didn't have the right to vote. 150
True.
years ago, there were Jim Crow laws. 150 years ago, there was mass oppression of people. And
True.
That was a better country.
For one, I'm gonna also do this, and people can not like me for this. People can call me racist. People can call me sexist. People can call me whatever they want to call me. I'm just gonna speak facts. So I'm not gonna start the whole debate on whether women should have the right to. But what I am gonna say is statistical facts. Currently, in the voting market, women in 2026, only about 40% of
of the population votes in general. Women make up 41% of that voting market. 150 years ago, women made up 0 of the voting market. But if you look at the statistics of what percentage of women wanted the right to vote, a majority of women did not want the right to vote. Feminism was pushing that, but a majority of women, this is what they try and hide in history, so they don't put in the history books. Most women did not want the right to vote. And now we can look at what's happened since women have had the right to vote. If women did not have the right to vote, we would not have had a single Democratic president except for since JFK. Bill Clinton would not have become president. Joe Biden would not have become president. Barack Obama would not have become president. None of these people would have become presidents if women had not gotten the right to vote. If women had not gotten the right to vote, abortion would have never been made legal. If women didn't have the right to vote, gay marriage would have been made legal. Again, I'm not going to have the debate. I'm not saying women should or shouldn't have the right to vote. I'm just giving you guys statistics for which you can do what you will. Women are also women are also much more emotional than men. They think and make decisions based on their emotions, which is why they're very easily manipulated, and which is why women make up 41% of the voting scale. A majority of women vote liberal. So not only that, so 70% of women who vote liberal for one thing, and of those, a majority of them are voting based on what a celebrity said, based on what Taylor Swift said. They see a celebrity, they see somebody they like, a music artist, an actor, whatever, and they say, vote for this person because of this one reason. They're also identity politics. Women, or liberal women specifically, make up a majority of identity politics. Meaning, they don't look at policy, they don't look at economics, they don't look at any of the stuff that's going to affect the country and affect how things are. They might vote on one thing, abortion. If a woman thinks that women should have the right to abortion, they're pretty much always going to vote liberal. Whether or not the liberals don't agree with anything else, if they're going to fight for their right to be able to murder babies, that's who they're going to vote for. Or LGBTQ. If they support LGBTQ and transgender and all this other crap, they're always going to vote liberal. Why? Because the liberals support that. So they do identity politics, they vote with emotion, they are very easily manipulated. And another thing, what the political system has done for women. And again, all of this, just take this with a grain of salt. I'm not having this debate. I'm not telling you whether women should have the right to vote or whether women shouldn't have the right to vote. I'm telling you what statistical facts of things that would and wouldn't have been based on women having the right to vote. So another thing is women being in the political system, whether that's senators, Congress, government, running for office. Politics uses women's maternal instincts against them. Because what do liberals always put on these huge ads and always market? ICE is separating families and they're deporting parents of children and ICE detention centers. And they manipulate women's maternal instincts. And they're like, because of what they're going to do, they're not going to think about the manipulation. They're not going to look at how things are being twisted. What they're going to think, that's families being separated. And whether or not what they're saying is a lie, they're going to focus on the emotion that's causing them to feel more than the actual outcome of what it's causing. So that's my opinion. And when he talks about Jim Crow laws, this is also going to be controversial. You can call me racist if you want. I don't really care. It's not racist. It's simple deduction. If you look at, and I'm not going to get misquoted. If you guys watch Officer Tatum or Charlie Kirk, Officer Tatum was just on the Piers Morgan show, and some guy tried to say that Charlie Kirk said that black people were better off in slavery. That's not what he said, and that's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to start with slavery. So if you take slavery at the start of the American slave trade. By the way, the slave trade had been going on for many years, decades to a century before America actually got into it. And guess what it was? It was black people owning black people in Africa. The slave trade started in Africa, and the people that were running that, they wanted whether it was goods, weapons, whatever they wanted from America. They're like, we can introduce the slave trade into America. And they sold their own to the white man from America, knowing that half of them weren't going to even survive on the ship ride over to America to get weapons, goods, or whatever else. So black people introduced the slavery to America by trading black people to Americans. Then you have the whole thing. But if you look at when slavery ended, so at the end of the Civil War, when you have the 14th Amendment, which, by the way, the 14th Amendment does not justify birthright citizenship. The 14th Amendment exists because to give freed slaves the same right. It has nothing to do with birthright citizenship, so don't let them brainwash you on that. But if you look at what happened, it was instantaneous. There was no assimilation process. So imagine this, and again, this is not racist, this is just imagine. Imagine you're a slave, okay? So you've been living in poverty, you've been living as somebody's property for decades and half a century and all this time, for about 100 years. Not 100 years, but for all this time, you've been living as property. You haven't been able to make your own decisions, you haven't had the right to do anything, you've just been doing, and with the snap of the finger, the next day you wake up and you're like, you're free. You have the ability to do whatever, you have equal rights, which in the end goal, it's exactly what we want. But you can't just, it's like, and again, I'm going to be very clear here, because I'm not going to have people, I don't care if people slap me, but I'm going to be very clear. I'm not comparing black people to monkeys, dogs. I'm going to use an example. So if you take, I won't even use a monkey just for that. I'll use I will use a gorilla because that's the easiest example. If you take a chimpanzee who was birthed in the zoo, okay, birthed into captivity, they've never seen the outside world, they've never had the freedom to do whatever they want, they've never been in the wild, they've only existed in the captivity of a zoo, and that's how they were for 20 years. So for the first 20 years of this monkey's life, they've just had the same routine, and then they just put them in the wild. So they pick it up, drive it off, and put it on. It's not going to know how to survive. It's not going to. It's probably going to die within a few days because it's not going to know how to survive. It's not going to know because there was no assimilation process. So do I agree with slavery? No. Obviously, everybody, no matter what race you are, what your skin color is, what your gender is, everybody is made equal in the eyes of God. We are all made in the image of God. So we all deserve the same human rights and the same civil rights. However, you can't just take people who've been slaves for this time and then just history of how black people, of how the black community has regressed since then. They had a high at first. They had this huge high. There was black-owned businesses. There was black, all these different things. They had, but it has regressed. And this is why you have all the gang culture and all the stuff that we have, and why 13% of the population commits 60% of the crime is largely because there was no assimilation process. So when referring to Jim Crow laws, if you look at the 1940s, the 1950s, the 1960s, and just look at things statistically, let's take emotions out of this, let's take prejudice and these walls we build out of this, the black community was better off and thrived much more in the 40s, 50s, and 60s than they do now. The death rate of the African American community is so much higher now than it was. In fact, I'll even look that for you guys. Let's look up. How does the death rate of the African American community compare from the 40s, 50s, and 60s till now? No, that's not what I want. It's not going to be what I want. It's show me how long they lived, which is not what I want. But no, I mean, you guys can go look at yourself. But that's, and then the oppression, he's going to have to be more specific on that. But that's my opinion on this. He's making a face right now, so I think the guy's saying probably something factual. But let's go ahead and jump back into this. It's 12:57. We might go a little bit after 1. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to debate because there are still 51 people in the queue, and he's probably not going to pick mine. So we'll have to try and see if we can debate him some other time. But let's go ahead and just have fun finishing this.
Predominant Christian countries, right, to increase the level of Christianity within the country. And also, by the way, you're not Christian.
No, but the masses
Apparently this guy is a Christian.
Stop, dude. You're not even Christian. You're not even Christian.
The people that devised that to control the masses were Jesus.
You're not even Christian. You're not even Christian.
No, but
Even though he's not Christian, he sounds base. That's all I'm gonna say.
Come on, what are you saying, bro? Control people, so you admit religion is just used to control people.
they lack morality. People lack morality.
You're saying people lack morality. Okay, including yourself?
They're animals.
You're an animal.
Yeah, human flesh. We are all, I will quote the Bible here, we are all slaves to our flesh. We are all born into sin. The only way that we can be saved and we can be better is through the grace and conviction of Christ Jesus and faith in him and surrendering your life to him. So we are all, but we are all slaves to our biological vices until that happens, yes.
No, I don't think that's true. Higher morality? What does that even mean, bro? Wait, morality that you think isn't even true? Because you don't even believe in religion.
We lost Christianity, and now
Sir, you don't believe in religion, so you think this religion is false, but we need to abide by the religion that's false?
To be fair, I will quote what Aiden Ross said, who I'm not sure if Aiden Ross is a Christian either. I know Kai Sanat is, but he's like, I'm pretty sure his exact words were, and you guys can correct me if I'm quoting this wrong, but I believe he said, I'm not Christian, but if America was ran on Christian, which basically he was suggesting a theocracy, if America was ran on Christian law and Christian politics, we'd be much better off as a country, we'd thrive more, and that's 100% true. Whether or not you're a Christian, I think most people can abide by that and agree with that.
How is that? Maybe you should not be so dismissive of women. Maybe you should be so bigoted, specifically.
That's what we're trying to use these trigger words, guys. Don't fall for it. I'm gonna quote Tom McDonald here. They're gonna always call you names. They're gonna label you with things until you're ashamed. They'll call you racist. They'll call you sexist. They'll call you white supremacist. They'll call you That's what I'm gonna bring up right here. It's funny how Parker and Dean, all these people on the liberal side who are so like advocating for the LGBTQ community and like so upholding, yet they use gay as an insult not only to us, but if we even assert that they might be gay or be hiding homosexuality, they get so offended, they blow up. I'm not gay. Why are you so offended if something that you support and it's awesome? It's a little weird. It shows like the propaganda and brainwashing has been done.
Yeah, because there are boundaries of people. Like you don't have any boundaries of person. So you're saying your significant other couldn't say a single thing to you that would cause you to want to leave them?
He just removes the boundaries.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Is there anything that you could say to your significant other that would cause your significant other to leave you?
Sure, but
okay, so then why did you just try to argue that was a bad thing? That for example, my girlfriend, I could say something to her that would cause her to leave. That means my girlfriend has standards. That's good. That's a really good thing.
I can agree with on that. Standards are very important. Everybody needs to set their standards before they go on the dating market, because if you don't have standards and you don't have things that you are like, these are my boundaries, will you cross this, and you need to also know the person. This is why, like, I agree with getting married young, but you need to make sure you know that person very well, because what you can't do is you can't assume things. You can't assume that you know their standards, and you can't assume that they know yours, and then try and then try and go and say like a year into the marriage, oh well, I have this as an internal standard. You have to lay your standards out, and that's very important. I agree with Parker on that. You gotta give credit where it's due.
If you love me if I'm a worm, bro, you gotta be like, nah. I'll throw you outside. I'll throw you in the
Oh yeah, that's very true. I hate those stupid arguments the women do. Would you love me if I was a worm? No. No. If you were a worm, I don't date worms. I date humans. I date people that were made in the image of God. The worm. Mine. Like, it's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
View your opposition as less than a worm is disgusting. Yeah,
absolutely.
Are you like Lenin part 2, dude? Is this what's
That's not Lenin, bro. That's not Lenin. I don't view you morally as less than.
All right, it's one of you guys. I think he's gonna keep on because he's using this guy for clicks. Like this is why like Parker and Dean, I don't really think are even genuine debaters, because they claim that they're trying to change people's minds, but in reality, all they're trying to do is clip farm and do a bunch of other crap. So we're gonna go ahead and leave the live. I left the live. My phone back. Charger and but yeah, I think this has been a really successful live. I think, bro, why is it my phone?
I think overall this has been a very good live. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't think I'll be going live again until we do the podcast episode on Saturday. So stay tuned for the podcast episode on Saturday, and I'm going to be releasing more content between now and then. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the videos. Hopefully, I'll get to debate Dean or Parker soon. We'll be able to do it on live. But have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace out. We're going to go ahead and end the stream.